Hello and welcome to Dragon Ball Unnamed Podcast episode whatever number it is, because we haven't actually numbered any of them yet. I will be your host this week as I took power again. I had my little nap and now I am back to my full strengths. I'm back to my fullest power.
Would you say you took a power nap?
I took a power nap. I was going to make a joke about having a nap and then turning back up again, but that is Chris. Hey, Chris.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
It's fine. It's okay.
Oh, I can't resist a good pun. Wordplay is my favorite.
It's fine.
Hello.
How are you doing today? It's second week in a row.
Indeed, yeah. I'm happy to be back. I'm really loving this podcasting thing, so I wanted to come back, and you let me, and I'm happy to be here again.
Sweet. I really can't wait. This week's super episode was even if the episode was shit, it wasn't, by the way. It was really good. The artwork was so good and the animations was just perfect.
Fantastic. It was. They pulled out their A team for this one.
Now, I really hope they keep their A game for the next episode, being the fact that it will be the last super, I want to say ever, but we know that there's actually going to be a new series next year. So,
yes,
whether it's called Super or not, we don't know.
Ultra.
Yeah, I was going to say Dragon Ball plus Ultra.
Oh man.
Plus Ultra. Yes.
Anyway, that was Limit Breaker Garri here.
Ooh, I like this Limit Breaker Garri. I do feel like I break the limits a lot. Hi,
hey
everybody.
man, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I bet you really liked last night's Super Twists.
Oh, I very much enjoyed last night's
I
Super
heard his
Twist.
finger slipped. Well, his hand slipped.
Let us see what else she'll slip.
Oh man, fantastic.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Me?
Yeah, you talk about the show.
Okay. I personally feel like that last night's episode of Super was the best episode of Super altogether.
For me, it was very close.
Like you said, the animation was grand. I feel like that extra week off, or the extra week that they took off, really helped the animation out a lot.
That post Goku did was just. Oh. Yeah,
go ahead.
Where he did like a dragon fist is the only way I can describe it. But without the actual dragon.
Yeah, when he just like punches Jiren and it shows like Jiren's face all jacked up.
Yeah.
His fist, yeah. Yeah, very good stuff. I like the progression of the entire episode. Goku's kind of ability to adapt to Jiren's increasing power. The way that Jiren was able to pretty much do what we've seen Saiyans do all the time and gain more power through anger. Like Jiren remembering, his family dying and that driving him to essentially, I guess, transform. I mean, we don't know if Jiren was just using his full power or if he has his own Ultra Instinct. Chris and I actually watched the episode together, and I remember I kind of said that maybe Jiren's Ultra Instinct is like the physical one that you were talking about, Ben, and Goku's is the speed one. It was cool. I really enjoyed Jiren's fighting style in this episode. Like, he really reminded me of a character. He reminded me of a younger Vegeta in a way, where Vegeta was very ki-based heavy and not very physical attack-wise.
The fact that I was watching it in my bed. Yeah, like 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm surprised nobody didn't sort of make a sound. The fact that I was almost like screaming, "No, Goku! He's stronger than you! Stop wasting your ki with Kamehamehas!" That's like, Jiren, that's a Vegeta move. Stop spamming keys. You're just wasting your energy.
For reals, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he's Jiren was obviously
he was
has the far more powerful ki.
Yeah.
He got mad and he just summoned up all that energy, like Garri was saying, like we were watching it, and it was so because he had the same kind of wavy aura, just kind of that same blue, but with his red energy in it, but every time like Goku was handling him hand to hand, like Jiren couldn't compete straight, fist to fist martial arts. Yeah. But when Jiren would bust out the energy, Goku was overwhelmed. When he fired his ki blast, he could not compete against, and that's kind of how Jiren was gaining the upper hand.
I want to say it's Frieza all over again. Jiren was so powerful that he really, although he trained, he didn't really have someone to fight against. So he didn't really have anyone to test his limits to. Just like Frieza, except Frieza didn't train at all. Jiren had that part where the fact that he didn't really have something to train his martial arts skills with, so he was literally just a full-on brawler. So that's why Goku had such an advantage when it came to actual skills, because Jiren had no reason till now to practice those sort of fighting techniques. Nobody challenged him, so why would you learn it? What?
Yeah.
You mentioned that though, Ben, and here's something I was thinking of since they've introduced these characters in this way, and never before have I felt, at least with Dragon Ball, that I've cared about the villains or the secondary characters like backgrounds. Really, like we know about Frieza, but I was never really curious about like his background. With these guys from Universe 11, though, they've done something different with them. They're not villains in your typical sense. They're the antagonists, but they're fighting for their lives, basically the same way that Goku and our beloved crew are fighting for theirs. None of them are villains. None of them would necessarily be enemies in any other sense, and that's kind of got me thinking. I doubt it'll ever happen, but I would actually love to see a spin-off or a side story series of the Pride Trooper Dispo, Toppo, and Jiren. So a little more backstory to them, because we've seen what Goku has gone through, between Frieza and Cell and Majin Buu and everything. We've seen what he's gone through to get to as strong as he is. What did Jiren have to go through to get how strong he is? What did Dispo and Toppo, what have they gone through to become as powerful as they are, to actually pose a challenge to our heroes from Universe 7? I am very curious. I would love to see a backstory about these guys that's more than just a 4-minute quick background recap on why Jiren is obsessed with power. I'd love to see more like who he had to fight, what he had to do to become that strong.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. The same thing with a lot of the Universe 6. We clearly know Kale, Khalifa, Kaba. Like Tim and I, before you came on the pod, we always said I would love a spin-off of these characters. I want there to be a spin-off show where we see these characters and let it be their story instead of because I love those characters. They are awesome. Clearly,
yeah. I'd love to know more about Hit.
Yeah,
how he became the universe's greatest assassin. Like there's so much more depth to these characters than is being portrayed, and I'd love to see more of them.
Yeah, but going back to the episode, the action was phenomenal. I loved that they showed punch for punch like the impact of each attack that was happening, and seeing Jiren's realization that he's facing now somebody more powerful than him, and in a way, it really bothered me. How Jiren, and it's something we talked about earlier episodes, how they kind of just did the 180 with Jiren, where he essentially became like, oh, I'm just a regular villain now who's obsessed with power and just wants to be the greatest.
By the way, I would recommend watching Masako X's videos, but I really do believe they've literally just turned Jiren into like a pantomime villain.
Yeah, and personally, I feel it's because of a time thing.
Yeah.
I think once they knew that the show was ending, that they had to start rushing things.
Yeah.
And I think, and clearly you can see that they still had more plans for this, especially with this final episode, and there is still so much fighting to be done.
Remember, you've only got 16 minutes of episode left.
Yeah, so it's weird to me. Like Jiren finally losing his shit and trying to attack and kill everybody from Universe 7 in the stands, which
I thought he was going to get erased. Like,
yeah,
he should have been erased. Like if Frost was erased for attempting to do that, then Jiren should have been erased. I think, again, I think it just comes down to a time constraint thing. They would have to explain and go in and tell you why they're not erasing him, and it's just not something that they have time to do. But it's funny because we saw Jiren give Toppo shit because Toppo abandoned all his beliefs to become a god of destruction, and now Jiren is doing the exact same thing, but to even more effect. Like Jiren at that point doesn't care if he kills people, whereas Toppo still cared about killing them. He knew he'd be erased if he did. So yeah, like you can even go back to even before that, where Frieza said, "I don't care about this anymore. I'm gonna kill you. I don't care about the rules." They could have erased Frieza right there and then, but they didn't. So
although he had said he would, he didn't do the action. Nor did anyone.
But he tried. He tried to do the action. That's the thing.
Yeah,
see,
they knew.
It just goes back to the Frost thing. Like Frost didn't do anything. He just said something and he pointed his hand and they erased his ass. So he was in the process of doing something, but he didn't do anything.
But we all hate Frost, so it's okay.
I thought Frost was great. I'm sorry.
And I think the only
but then again, I love
Frieza.
So
The only difference is that Frost interrupted the tournament while Jiren was shooting away from the tournament. Sort of thing. I mean, Frost was already out.
Maybe, but it's one of those things where I feel like instead of Goku jumping in, Beerus should have jumped in, or Whis should have stopped the attack.
Yeah.
Or somebody else rather than Goku going in and doing it. Yeah, somebody should have stopped the attack instead of Goku. Like I think it would have done something cool, especially like if it was Beerus, and we could have seen just how powerful Beerus is compared to Jiren by deflecting or stopping his attack. It would have been cool to see, like because we see Beerus is getting really heated now, and he's kind of losing his shit too. But the aura that Jiren had was really cool. Even though he looked like Majin Buu for a little bit there,
like Super Boo.
Yeah, he looked exactly like Super Boo. Yeah. It was still cool. Now, obviously, the big stuff that happened.
Before we do
Chris
that,
and I.
Before we do that, when you were talking about side story of the Pride Troopers, Chris, all I could think of in my head was, would you be okay with a comedy spin-off instead? Because all I could think of was a manga, one-off special, of course, where Gohan has a day off work and ends up going to Universe 11 and joins the Pride Troopers as the Great Saiyaman.
As Great Saiyaman, oh my god, that would be amazing. That would be the greatest thing ever.
It could even be done like a comic book, Him
and Dispo, become best friends. I love it.
But yeah, so some of the bigger moments, obviously, Chris and I laughed when Jiren was finally defeated and ready to be eliminated. We just looked at each other and he's just wasting his time again. This is the same shit that happened with Frieza, and he's talking instead of just eliminating him. The thing that Beerus warned him.
A cup of energy.
That's what it looked like, and it's the thing that Beerus and Whis warned him about when it happened in Resurrection F. Is you can't seem to pull the trigger when you need to. And the same thing happened here. Exactly how we knew it was going to happen. It looked like he was going to give Jiren a little bit of his energy. We won't know for sure. Yeah. And obviously, we all assumed that Frieza was the one who attacked Goku. I think everybody who was watching that episode thought that because it looked like he got hit from the back.
Yeah.
And you saw this purple energy, which is the color of Frieza's energy.
I thought it was God of Destruction energy, to be honest.
Yeah, which kind of would have gone back to what I was saying, is that Frieza like harnessed some of it when he got hit by Toppo. But it wasn't. It was essentially Goku not being able to control God power. Which I think is kind of cheap at this point. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, how does it work to become a god? Like, you have to be named a god in order to wield that kind of power?
Well, no, I think it just takes so much training to actually have your body withstand it.
Well, yeah, Goku mastered it. That's the thing. Like, before, he didn't master it, so it was taking a huge toll on him.
Yeah, but
that's why he lost it twice.
He mastered it. He got the form, but I think because it's hard to describe. Because he was in it for so long for the first time, and because of how much stamina he used, that's what triggered such a bad effect. Remember when he used Kaioken for the first time?
Yeah, it's essentially like the Kaioken. I was thinking about it. We talked about it a little bit too, Ben, last night.
And I really think after this, my theory is now 100% almost certain.
I think I know what your theory is, and after watching what happened to him, I think I will agree with your theory, because you had the theory for a while now.
Yeah.
Which theory is that, Ben?
That Frieza will win, and the universe pretty much either Jiren or Frieza wins, and the universes still get destroyed. And Grand Priest makes an offer for Universe 7 where he will train Goku because of the potential he saw him, and then in return for taking Goku away, they will have to keep Universe 7 alive. Either because they can't erase only specific things, it has to be everything in it, or they just like make a deal. It's like, okay, we'll take Goku for so many years.
Okay, yeah. I remember you talking about that last week.
I agree with you to a point, Ben.
Yeah.
I think the toll that Ultra Instinct takes on Goku is killing him.
Yeah.
And the only way to save him is to make him a god.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we all assumed that the movie was going to be about the first Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be about the first Super Saiyan God of Destruction. Or not God of Destruction, but God. And that first Super Saiyan God is going to be Goku. As in the first Super Saiyan as a species to reach the rank of a god. Because if you look at all the gods of destruction, they're all a specific species. Yeah. You know, there's the robot god, and you know the fox one, who's clearly like the danger guys, the dangers. They're all specific species. And I think Goku's going to be the first one that's a Super Saiyan that gets that title. And that's the only way to save him, is to take him away and train him, like you said, Ben.
But I also think that's, as much it makes me, that will tie into GT in a way.
Ew.
Because
how he goes away for 10 years, or 12 years, whatever.
Goku disappears for 10 years before Bulma sees him again. It could be that because of wibbly wobbly timey stuff, that although it's only been a short time for Goku, that time is different.
Maybe.
I really hope it doesn't tie into GT at all.
GT's not canon.
It's not canon, so but the idea of that is, I think that's still going to be a... Because remember, it wasn't really GT that did that, it was... I thought it was like the end of Z.
Yeah, it's at the end of Z that Goku is gone for a long time, and he comes back when Oob is like 10 years old competing in the tournament.
Yeah, so he can train him,
Yeah.
And then he flies off, and that's where GT is. I know it was... You know, that's the thing, though. It really ties off to it, is what I mean.
Yeah,
I think we'll see, like, the movie will be the time skip. Yeah, where Goku goes off to train with the Grand Priest.
I don't think Goku's going to be in the movie at all. If he is, he's not going to be a major character.
Oh, no, I think it's going to be like BoJack, where he's like... Oh, my son's in hurt. Oh no! Quick, instant transmission appears, and then oh shit, I've got to go now. Bye.
We'll talk about it after when we talk about the preview for next episode, if you don't mind.
Yeah, and then we can continue with the real shocking twists.
Yeah. The thing after Goku kind of loses his shit, I found it incredibly interesting that here's Jiren now who is able to win, and obviously his God of Destruction is telling him to do it, and even Topo's like, wait a minute, you're gonna win this way? Like, you're not proving to anybody that you're more powerful. You're admitting that you're a coward and you're gonna win because he can't fight anymore. Even Topo was kind of like looking at him, and you kind of saw the look on Topo's face and how he said Jiren's name, like with hesitations, like don't do it.
Even
but clearly
Jiren was like it though.
Yeah, but Jiren, obviously, because of what we believe is this whole 180 turn for him, didn't care anymore. And,
well, no, he showed some care, actually, to be honest.
He did, but he was still going to do it.
Kept telling him to do it.
Yeah, he still realized he has a duty. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He still has a duty to do, and that's to win and save his universe.
Yeah, which he clearly does, but then, of course, the greatest thing ever happens.
Yeah, someone's hand slipped.
And my main man, the Golden One, saves Goku for the second time in the tournament. And of course the biggest reveal, which I can't even believe still happened, and they're able to keep this a secret, was that 17 is still alive.
Yeah.
Who called it? Who called it?
You called it, Chris.
Yeah.
You called it. Good for you.
I knew it. I knew they weren't going to kill him off. He's too important.
He's the MVP, baby.
Yeah.
And
Seriously.
he's still proven he's the MVP. I want to know your guys' opinion on it. Like, I personally feel it's weird that 17 is alive because the way I understand his self-destruct, and I talked to Chris about it a little bit yesterday, like, because unlike Vegeta's where he's just, releasing energy, 17's is a bomb inside his body, so it explodes from within. Was it?
Yeah, the bombs were removed by Shenmue.
I thought he only removed it from 18.
No, he removed it from 17 and 18.
Then that makes more sense. I totally forgot that.
So I did too.
He's
I wasn't able to say anything last night when I was like, wait,
Shenmue, they tried to wish for 17 and 18 to be humans again, so they could have normal lives.
I remember now.
They couldn't do that because, of course, they're still technically human.
Mm-hmm.
But so she wished for the bombs to be removed.
Wow, look at you, Ben.
So it was just a release. So Android 17 said like he wasn't trying to survive. Like he was doing a full on Vegeta style self detonation. Yeah. And he's like, I just got lucky. It's like I'm surprised I'm alive too.
Yeah. And now it falls to the two underdogs, I guess you can say. I wouldn't say Frieza's an underdog, but it falls to them to now beat Jiren. Goku's out of commission, man. He's out. Still in the tournament, but he can't go Ultra Instinct anymore. Seriously damaged. But yeah, I was ecstatic when I saw it. I thought it was fantastic. Chris and I high-fived each other. It was great.
The only thing I didn't like was the crowd reaction. There was no reaction.
They reacted when 17 appeared.
No, what I would consider the fact that they thought he was dead.
True. Like... I mean, I feel bad for Frieza because nobody cares that he's still in. They haven't. Nobody in the crowd has even mentioned Frieza
because they all still hate him. They're like, fuck Frieza.
He's their only hope. But yeah, crazy good stuff. I mean, we actually talked about it during the episode. It was after. Like how I personally think that 17 should have remained hidden still because he's the only one who essentially can sneak up on Jiren because you can't sense his energy.
Yeah.
He could have been the one who would have gone the final hit and knocked Jiren off because you can't see him, you can't feel him, you don't know where he's at. But still great stuff. Like I was not expecting 17 to show up. And Jiren's reaction is like, "Holy shit! What the hell is happening? He's still in."
Yeah. To be fair, I wasn't expecting him to show up again that I thought it was going to be like after the tournament was over, like that he was, because he wasn't knocked out, obviously, of the ring, but he was, basically like Frieza napping somewhere for a little bit. So that's my whole thought on how it was going to end, was that there wasn't going to be an obvious knockoff to have only one warrior standing, but I thought that there was going to be the time was going to run out, and the high priest is going to jump in the middle and stop the final like blows from coming in. Time's up. Universe 7 has more people still in. 3 to Jiren's 1, so Universe 7 wins, or something to that effect. Because we saw in the preview trailer for the last episode that they're still going to struggle against Jiren, but Jiren is still. Yeah. He looks incredibly weakened from his fight with Goku, and Goku jumps back into the fight too. Like he's probably got to summon, like he always does, his last bit of stamina after resting for 3 seconds.
He's in base. I think he's literally just being a meat shield.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, like you say that, and last night I was laying in bed and I was reminiscing about this Tournament of Power, and I started realizing that the Tournament of Power is essentially Dragon Ball Z in reverse. Like everything is happening the exact same way but backwards. Like we had Goku try the Spirit Bomb on Jiren, like he did against Buu, and in a way it failed. It failed against Buu until he got the wish to get all his power back. And then, we had, the Frieza and so hitting Toppo from behind, just like Vegeta did to help Gohan. And here he helped 17. Again, in reverse, we had Frieza give Goku some of his energy. Yeah, he did to Frieza. And even last night, the big power beam struggle that they had was very reminiscent of the Galley Gun versus the Kamehameha.
Hell, I would actually say it's more like the... remember when Frieza and Goku had the beam struggle?
Yeah, when Frieza was flying at him, with that flying move. Mm-hmm. It's all very much in reverse, and if it goes the same way, this is exactly how it's going to end. Goku's a meat shield, and he's going to pull a Raditz, and he's going to grab Jiren and hold him from behind, and Frieza's going to knock them both out. And
ooh, yeah.
It's just going to go back the way it started. The whole show started.
I called it.
Huh?
Didn't I call that?
You did call that. Yeah. You did say it's going to happen that way. So yeah, I was waiting there. I was like, wow, this is like DBZ in reverse, essentially. We had all the fusions just like we did in the Buu Saga, Yeah, it's grand stuff, man. But yeah,
back
phenomenal,
to the basics.
phenomenal episode. Yeah, very impressed with this episode.
I really can't wait for the movie now. I'm gonna go cinema to see it, like I did the last one.
In theaters, yeah.
As long as I get more Beerus, I'm happy with whatever. Just give me more Beerus.
You're not going to get that type of Beerus at the movie.
Not. Oh my god.
At least not this type of movie.
Not that type of Beerus. But I do still genuinely. I think of everything Beerus has is still my favorite character at this point. Like, prior to him, it was a toss up between Mac Daddy and Vegeta. But even Frieza, I have come to enjoy Frieza a lot more now, as Ben was saying, they've kind of made him this anti-hero. That he's still evil, like
even at the end of this episode, when 17 stands next to him, he's like, "It's up to us." And he's like, "You don't think I know that?"
Yeah.
Like, he's finally willing to team up with somebody to win because he knows he can't do it on his own. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he saved Goku, like, he had no reason to save Goku. Goku is useless now. Yeah. He could have just let him fall out and not worry about him, but he saved him. So
But Frieza's a genius. He is a master strategist.
He really is.
So
master manipulator, man.
Yeah, he knew that if anybody would know, he would know that to save Goku is basically saving his trump card, like, because of what's on the line. So it's not doing it out of, any personal obligation to save Goku. He's doing it as a backup. Like, that would be the only reason why he did it.
Yeah, and let's face it, Frieza's the only one who's willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Yep.
And we saw it with Toppo with 17 try to eliminate himself with Toppo by enclosing Toppo in his shield, but Gohan couldn't go through with it. If that was Frieza, without any hesitation, without a blink of an eye, goodbye both of you guys. Maybe they'll try the same thing against Jiren here. I mean, we saw in the preview episode. Can we talk about the preview episode now?
Yeah, let's do it. I already mentioned it, so yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's Frieza against 17. We see Goku somehow comes back to do something, but we see they're still struggling. We also see Frieza can't hold his golden form anymore from that preview. He's in his regular form, so he gets messed up again. But we see offense from them. We see, like, in the scene, Jiren is flying into a wall because he got hit by something we don't know. We see Frieza doing that move that he did against Goku that you talked about, Ben, where he's flying at him with the aura around him. So he's probably going to try that again. I'm excited for this episode because I always loved Frieza's fighting style, and to see what tricks he pulls off this time. Like, is he going to try to use his telekinesis? Is he going to use that move that he did on Toppo, where he tried to enclose him in the bomb thing that only he can touch? Yeah, Frieza is still essentially the trump card to me here. I am excited to see what tricks 17 comes up with because he's been a great strategist too, and finding out ways to win. So it's going to be interesting. It is going to be definitely interesting to see what happens.
What do you think about the idea of the fact that 17 looks tired, even though he supposes he has unlimited energy?
Right. I think
it's it's the toll that it takes on his body. That's the only thing that it could be, is like he could still feel pain and he could still be destroyed, but yeah, it's not a matter of him being tired.
Clearly, he's still going to use his infinite energy. We saw in the preview he's just unloading energy blasts at Jiren. Yeah, Jiren is hurt now. And we see it, but just how hurt is he? Because we still see him powering up in one of the scenes when he's about to do his fucking arm thing that he's now been known for. I guess that's his specialty. Is one hurt Jiren, a match for 3 hurt Universe 7 heroes. the three of the strongest. Versus a hurt Jiren, and they're all hurt too, Goku especially. So it'll be down to the wire. Can I just say, I mentioned this last night to Garri, I'm really disappointed that we're not getting a full hour finale. Where we got that in the middle when we got the first look at Ultra Instinct, but I feel that we should be getting one for the series finale, like a full hour, because there's still so much that can happen. I don't think they'll be able to contain it, to put all of it into a half hour very well. I think it's going to feel rushed. You have a whole new fight to do now. 2 against 1, potentially 3 against 1, and you still have how it ends. Well,
they've only got about 30 seconds left, so.
Yeah. They didn't even give us a time. It's only moments remain. And it's just like, what, 15 seconds, 7 seconds? Like, what the hell is going to happen?
We don't even know the time because Jiren blew it up.
Yeah. I saw when he knocked that thing, it goes careening down into the abyss, and it's just like, well, there goes the timer.
I mean, I could potentially see Frieza trying to kill Jiren, but keeping him, essentially killing him, but knocking him off the mat before he can die.
To be honest with how slow Jiren might be now, I wish their strategy would just be Android 18 feed Goku key and have Goku just instant transmission around the map.
You mean 17, right? If 18 tries to do that, she's going to race.
17 feeds Goku key and they just instant transmission around the map randomly to waste time.
See, that should have been their strategy from the beginning. Hey, 17, just keep giving Goku energy the entire time. You have plenty to spare. Just give him all of your energy the whole time. We won't lose. Just hang on his back like a backpack. We'll get some belts. Wrap your arms around his neck, and you'll just do it this way. Think of it as training, Goku. You've got some added weights. Here's your battery pack, 17, strap on, and just do it that way. They would not lose.
Oh, man. But yeah, I still think it's going to end on the cliffhanger. I think it's going to end with whoever's most likely Frieza, in my opinion. And right before he makes his wish, it ends. And that's where I think the movie is whatever he wished for. We'll find out in the movie.
Now, let me ask, you said you've been reading the manga, right, Ben? So you know how it ends already, right? No. Or are they doing something different for the anime? Do we know?
They're behind. They're behind.
The manga's behind the anime.
The manga,
oh, really?
In the manga, they just barely started the Tournament of Power.
Oh my God! Really? I did not know that. That's funny.
The manga is only once a month.
See, I'm sorry, I did not know. I thought they were doing like every other anime where it's like the manga is like 20 issues ahead.
No, the manga has got. From what I've heard about, because the new one's out soon, so there's been some spoilers. So warning, spoilers. But supposedly Krillin and Tien don't even get to do anything. They just pretty much automatically get knocked out. They're really rushing through the knockouts. But I like they gave Jiren a bit more backstory in the manga over the anime. So we'll see if they continue that. But yeah, the manga is literally just started the tournament.
Okay.
So far, the anime has been better, but there is a couple of things about the manga that I like. Like, you know, when Zamasu was warning loads of manga spoilers. If you don't read the manga, you won't understand this, but if you do read it, you'll get spoilers. Remember the Goku Black Arc was Zamasu versus Trunks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When Trunks beats Zamasu, it then turns into like little miniature Zamasus.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
Oh my God, like Fairy Tale.
Loads of clones of Zamasu instead of like the weird sky thing.
The bad texture mapping on the sky.
Yeah,
that they did.
And yeah, the manga did a few things differently. Like they pretty much only had one trip to the future instead of like the three. But yeah, the manga like this to test the because I don't remember doing this. They might have done this to test the arena of power. They actually had all the gods of destructions fight each other.
That I would have liked to see in the anime. That would have been awesome.
Except for the Fox guy. The Fox guy decided he didn't want to fight. So they forward the tournament like in this little Gods of Destruction fight where everyone then decided to attack Beerus. They all decided to team up on Beerus at the start.
Beerus takes it like a champ.
He actually activates Ultra Instinct.
Hell yeah.
But he gets hit a couple times because his isn't perfect. He just has the sign version. And then Bellman attacks someone else, and then they all split off and they started attacking each different gods of destruction. And then eventually they stop fighting, and then the Grand Priest is like, oh yeah, it does look like the arena needs a bit more fixing and a bit more durability because you're destroying stuff. Okay, now it's your job to fix it. Go fix it. You broke it.
It was everybody but Liqueur.
Yeah.
Who had to fix it this time instead of in the anime where Liqueur and the two other weird looking gods of destruction did it, but the merman one sat out.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah. Then. Yeah. Go ahead, Gary.
No, I was gonna say it's weird just thinking about manga wise and anime wise. Like Kale and Khalifa, they weren't even supposed to be in the show.
No.
They were last minute additions. I don't know if you guys read about it.
Yeah, I read it, but I saw the video. I hadn't watched it yet.
Yeah, they're last minute additions. Yeah. Essentially, Akira Toriyama decided to put them in because the guy who's doing Super right now is the same guy who did the Brawly movies.
Yeah.
And he's incredibly good friends with Akira Toriyama. And as a thank you of their friendship, he made Kale a female Brawly because he couldn't bring Brawly into the show because he's not canon. So that's why he made Kale Brawly, essentially. As like, hey, you made this character that you love, I'm gonna put him in my show now. In the original Dragon Ball. Yeah, so they weren't even supposed to be in there, but yeah, he added them in because of him, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Brawly's an iconic Dragon Ball character now, whether he's canon or not. He's like,
yeah, it's true.
He's important.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how it all ends. I really am. I mean, they're gonna have to rush through, though. That's what pisses me off. I hope they don't rush it too hard.
Some Dokkan Battle news, by the way, while we're talking about new stuff.
Yes.
Kale, Caulifla, and Kefla have been Dokkaned, and they've become pretty amazing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Goku gets a transformation card where he turns from Ultra Instinct to Mastered Ultra Instinct, and I want that now.
It's a good thing we have them then, huh?
No, the Dokkan Awakening.
Well, I know, but we have the card that he Dokkans into, so...
Yeah, I have the one dupe in it, so...
I have two.
Oh.
Yeah, Japan's... Like I said, this... After Super is coming to an end, they're going to have like a second, third anniversary, essentially.
Yeah.
The only one who's not getting Awakening is Jiren yet, so he might actually get it next week when the show is over. See what he gets, but yeah, it's the Japanese version. Here in the global version, we just got Angel Golden Frieza, who has eluded me, and I'm very upset about that. And Extreme Z Awakening for Super Saiyan 3 Agility Goku.
Yeah.
Which today I have reached level 26.
Oh, nice. I'm still stuck on 50.
Resurrected Warriors, man, it helps.
I don't really have any.
I know, that's what sucks. Everybody's like using like the Technique Golden Frieza, and he's good and all, but Cell, Technique Perfect Cell, is tanking more than Frieza is.
Oh
well. Which is awesome. MVP right now. I also found out I took Candy Vegito, obviously, because of his dodging ability, which has saved me a lot. So... It's hard. It's tough. I'm hoping that I'll have enough stones to reach 50 by the end of the day so I can pull one more time.
I'm hoping to finish my grind because I haven't grinded the rest of the freezer. The Cocoon Freezer.
I just don't know who to pull for. Do I pull on Frieza again? Do I pull on the Extreme Z banner? Because I won that Brawly.
Yeah.
Or... do I pull on the Kefla banner, which ends tonight, and guarantee myself an SSR?
I want to say Kefla.
You think so?
Yeah. Because Broly will come back probably with the Broly banner. Because Broly gets his own banner for the when Easy awakens.
Oh, this is true.
Golden Frieza comes back with Bardock for I think Vegito and UI Goku.
Yeah.
So, and Kefla doesn't. Kefla comes back with Goku though. So.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But that is in the GSR. So.
But the Frieza banner has 4 other cards that I want.
Yeah.
I'll see. We shall see. Dokkan news. That's Dokkan
news.
Thanks for sticking around for that, Chris.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't play, but I always watch you play it on your phone. So I don't know the terms, but it looks like fun. So
I've got a friend that's started playing it. He's like, "How's my team?" I'm like, "Look, it's good. You've just started though." It's like, why can't I beat this? I'm like, that's because you've just started. I mean, he's got Kale, Caulifla, and Caulifla on his team now, so
nice.
And he keeps like, "Oh my god, I've got your Go tanks." I'm like, "Yeah, he's good, isn't he?"
Yeah.
My physical god tanks.
Yeah, it's just that minus 30 that he gets when he gets hit for his defense. Really hurts, man. It really hurts.
I'm talking about physical god tanks. I don't think he has a minus.
Yeah, he does. He has minus 30% to his defense as his pass. Yeah, it hurts him a lot.
But it hurts everything else a lot as well, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll end it here before we rant too much about Dokkan Battle, because that could be a completely different podcast.
Very true, very true.
Well, at least you'll have something to talk about in the hiatus between the end of the Super and the first movie, so...
Oh, I did want to mention the new rumored Dragon Ball game. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
The one that's actually based on Dragon Ball.
Yes. So a lot of people thought it was going to be Xenoverse 3, but apparently rumors are that it's going to be an action-adventure game with Kid Goku, based on the original Dragon Ball.
Oh my god, that would be awesome!
And my eyes just widened so bad when I saw that.
I will play the shit out of that. Though, to be fair though, as much as most people prefer fighters, Xenoverse is still my fighting game of choice. It's only because I like those games where I can make my own character, and you as a kid you always picture yourself, as Goku or whatever, fighting with them. So that's why I love Xenoverse games, because I can make my own character and place myself into the universe in a way. Fighter Z is good, but I don't know, being able to to evolve my character and change his skill set, give him a personality. That's why it's my sort of a little bit more for me.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think the actual combat in fighters is
the combat in fighters is much
way better. But yeah,
I will give it that. But yeah. Anyway, we shall see you all next week on the finale, which we might do live as we're watching the show. So yeah. Until then.
Nice, very nice.
Beautiful.